Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to go ahead and speak to you about considering the ultimate tips for choosing the right guard booth for you and your team. Choosing the right guard booth can make or break your security strategy. With so many options, how do you find the perfect fit? Here are some of the ultimate tips for choosing your next guard booth. Step 1, go ahead and determine the level of protection needed for your facility. We here at Kontek have a variation of different levels of protection for low risk as well as high risk protected areas. Step 2, you want to go ahead and consider the size and layout for your next guard booth. So these can vary from a small size guard booth all the way to a larger size guard booth, depending on your strategy as well as the recommendation for said booth. So things you want to go ahead and consider for about the size of your guard booth is personnel, the amount of time is going to be spent in that guard booth, as well as where it's going to be located for that specific threat. We also want to go ahead and discuss functionality for your guard booth. Depending on the size as well as the location of that said guard booth, the functionality really plays a big part. Step 3, we're going to go ahead and prioritize comfort as well as ergonomics on your next guard booth. When we talk about features, it's going to be climate controlled. You want to have all windows inside. You want ballistic rating windows. When we're talking about features as well as comfort for your next guard booth, how many hours are you really going to spend in the guard booth? 4, 5, 8, 12 hours. You want to make sure that you are comfortable. And also discussing for the features, let's go ahead and talk about lighting. Is this really going to help you out if it's low light or high light to respond to those threats? And then to keep on for features, we always want to go ahead and consider comfortability for those guards and or officers responding within those guard booths. We want them comfortable, but also responsive. Step 4, we're going to go ahead and evaluate the material as well as the quality of your next guard booth. We want to talk about durability as well as longevity. Is it going to be aluminum or steel or possibly ballistic steel? Now we're talking about quality, right? So the weathering conditions, we want to go ahead and keep that as a factor. Are you up north, down south, or all the way to the west? Weathering conditions plays a huge role. Step 5, customizing your options for this next guard booth. For customized options, we're going to go ahead and discuss the tailored options for this guard booth specifically. Cameras. You want to look into IDS. Also, you want to go ahead and think about climate control and gun ports. Now, gun ports in reaction for that officer and or guard, it's going to protect them as well as make them comfortable, not to mention those features are going to be very beneficial. Now, let's talk about aesthetics. We want this guard booth to be aesthetically pleasing, right? Now, I can imagine you want to go ahead and put it either in a prison or right outside of a perfect, beautiful building. We can go ahead and make that aesthetically pleasing for you. Step number 6, we're gonna go ahead and discuss mobility and flexibility options. For your next guard booth, let's talk about either mobile options, temporary options, or permanently fixed. Having a guard booth permanently fixed to your setup can also go ahead and help out that security strategy. Also, mobile fix can also assist in that security strategy as well. Now let's talk about the ROI. The return on investment is important. We all understand that. We will provide a cost-effective solution for you. We understand that budgets can go crazy, either low and or high, but we're gonna go and make sure that you pinch every penny and you get what you're paying for. So we just discussed some ultimate tips for choosing the right guard booth, your next guard booth. Now keep in mind, the right guard booth is not just a shelter. It's a critical component to your security strategy as well as the comfort for your officers as well as your guards. By following these tips, you'll find the right guard booth for your budget and the proper return investment. Now, are you ready to go ahead and choose your next perfect guard booth? I'm Matt Scott. I'm your National Sales Manager for Critical Infrastructure here at Kontek Industries. Contact us at info@kontekindustries.com.